Get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Hey everybody, welcome to the School of Pop. I am super excited to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. I've been dying to get to this one. We're going to talk about it. We're going to deep dive into it. We are going to look at all the best bits of the movie on top of it. So before we do all that, let's make sure we talk about a little bit of the specifics about the movie itself. Deadpool and Wolverine came out in 2024. It was directed by Shawn Levy. Shawn Levy, fellow Canadian, known for a couple of movies and important shows in pop culture. He directed Big Fat Liar, Just Married, Cheaper by the Dozen, all three of the Night at the Museum movies, Date Night, Real Steel, and that's where he first met Hugh Jackman, The Internship, Free Guy, and that's where he first started working with Ryan Reynolds. But I think he really got on the map for directing 8 episodes of this tiny little Netflix show called Stranger Things. And then, of course, his most recent work has been Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was just recently announced that he is going to be directing Star Wars Starfighter with another Canadian, Ryan Gosling. So that should be pretty exciting.
Now, I know you can't say much about Starfighter, but how far along are we in the development process? Can you give us some hints?
I mean, here's the news. Like, we're not in development. We all know development takes time. We all read about things in development. We're not in development. We're in pre-production. We're shooting.
Oh, all right.
We're shooting.
All right.
Yeah, so we're going to start shooting this fall to come out May 27th, 27.
The film was written by Ryan Reynolds, Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and Shawn Levy. Fun fact, Rhett and Paul actually wrote Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap. If you haven't checked out Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap, watch those two movies, especially around Halloween time. They're fantastic. Of course, the film was produced by the almighty keeper of the MCU, Kevin Feige, and it's starring Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Emma Corrin. And there's also a whole bunch of cameos, but we'll get to that. It was distributed by Walt Disney Studio Motion Pictures. The budget for the movie was $200 million, and it grossed just a cool $1.338 billion.
With a B. Oh, fuck off.
Let's talk about the stars and what they have done in their career so far. So, fun fact, I didn't know this until I was looking up some facts for this video, but Ryan Reynolds was actually in an episode of X-Files, specifically season 3, episode 13.
He's like a brother or something. And we had some good times. Good times that I'll never forget.
You can't forget him from Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
The poopy shoot.
Of course, the iconic Van Wilder movie.
Now, follow my foolproof plan, and I'm gonna help you put the bang in Bangalore.
He was also in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
It's a godforsaken bloodbath.
He was in the 3rd Blade movie called Blade Trinity with Wesley Snipes, and that's going to be important in a bit.
Little help here.
Probably my favorite Ryan Reynolds movie, early comedy movies, is Waiting. Again, little hidden gem. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Love that movie.
All right, that's all I have for you today. Let's have a great shift.
This is also not his first superhero movie, as we all remember the amazing Green Lantern movie. Not.
You're welcome, Canada.
Of course, Ryan has been in Deadpool 1, 2, Once Upon a Deadpool as well. And the first time he worked with Shawn was in Free Guy.
Mondays, am I right, Joe?
You said it, guy.
Yeah.
Of course, Ryan Reynolds was also in X-Men Origins. He played Deadpool, and that was not a great incarnation of Deadpool.
Wait, is that you?
Stryker finally figured out how to shut you up.
Let's talk about the legendary Hugh Jackman and all of his accomplishments in his career. He is the Wolverine, and that started way back in the year 2000, Y2K, in the first X-Men movie.
You actually go outside in these things?
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
He's also been a vampire killer in Van Helsing. X-Men Origins Wolverine was the first time working with Ryan Reynolds. He also knows how to sing. He's been in Les Mis and The Greatest Showman, and of course he's been in Free Guy, a little cameo there. We thought he was done with the Wolverine back in Logan, but clearly that was not the case, as Disney is gonna do what?
They're gonna make him do this till he's 90.
Let's talk about Emma Corrin. She has a shorter career, but pretty impressive, with notable highlights in the Netflix series The Crown, and she was most recently also in Nosferatu. Now, with all of that out of the way, how about we talk about the movie itself? So let's dive head first into the chimichanga-fueled, adamantium-laced chaos that is Deadpool and Wolverine. This is the team-up movie we've all been waiting for, and boy does it deliver on the action, the laughs, and the R-rated mayhem. And props to Disney and Marvel. Man, this is such a good R-rated movie. And of course, spoilers ahead. You have been warned. All right, our story kicks off with Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, having actually hung up the red suit.
Now let's go sell some certified pre-owned vehicles,
Yeah, that's right. He's trying the quiet life, working as a used car salesman with Peter. But as you can guess, that doesn't last very long. During his birthday party, the Time Variance Authority, or the TVA, crashes the party and snatches him up.
Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
What's the TVA, you might ask? Well, that's a whole other video.
The Timekeepers created the TVA and all its incredible workers.
But if you want to know, watch one of, if not the best, Disney Plus Marvel shows, and that is Loki. Watch season 1, watch season 2. Trust me, it is worth it. We meet Mr. Paradox from the TVA.
You appear to have soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious.
Who explains that Deadpool's home universe, Earth 10005, what the hell is Earth 10005? Well, that's the designation that Marvel gives alternate universes within the multiverse.
Stephen, your arrival here confuses and destabilizes reality. The larger the footprint you leave behind, the greater the risk of an incursion.
Incursion?
An incursion occurs when the boundary between two universes erodes and they collide, destroying one or both entirely.
And Earth 10005 is in big trouble. It's deteriorating because of its anchor being. And that anchor being is none other than their Wolverine. He's dead. Paradox essentially offers Wade a spot in the main MCU. What's the MCU? Well, that's the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Over 20 movies, started way back with The Incredible Hulk and Iron Man. A lot of history there. And that Earth is Earth 616. But then, Mr. Paradox reveals a plan to use a Time Ripper to just wipe Wade's universe out of existence.
What in the MacGuffin is that?
Classic bureaucratic efficiency, right? Naturally, Deadpool isn't having any of that. He steals Mr. Paradox's temp pad. A temp pad is basically a little gizmo that gets you to different parts of the multiverse, and he zaps himself to Logan's grave, hoping for a quick resurrection. When that doesn't pan out, he sets off across the multiverse to find another Wolverine variant to help save his world.
The Cavalrine. The legends are true.
This is where our favorite mutton-chopped Canadian mutant comes in.
Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Though not exactly the one we remember. Deadpool recruits a variant of Wolverine, the one who's described as possibly
the worst Wolverine.
Wolverine, after some classic grumpy denial, eventually and probably begrudgingly agrees to help.
I don't want to fight you, Peanut. Doesn't matter what you did. I just need your help.
I don't fucking care.
This reluctant partnership doesn't sit well with Mr. Paradox, who promptly banishes both Deadpool and this new Wolverine to the Void. The Void, well, it's a desolate wasteland at the end of time that we saw in Loki. In the Void, they're not alone. They encounter other discarded heroes and variants.
Oh my God, he's gonna say it!
Say what?
Avengers Assemble!
What's a variant?
People like you veer off the path the timekeepers created. We call those variants.
And eventually they team up with a resistance group.
Maybe these two are our chance to be remembered the way we deserve.
Who's ready?
I was born ready. I ain't know my daddy, but I'm sure I shot out of his dick ready.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
You're all fucking dead.
My God, read the room.
Fighting the real big bad of the movie, that's Cassandra Nova. Cassandra Nova is Professor X's evil twin sister. And of course, there is a whole history in the comics about Cassandra, but for the movie, that's all you really need to know right now. Laura, aka X-23, plays a key role in convincing this battle-weary Logan, who is haunted by the deaths of his fellow X-Men in his own timeline, to join their cause.
Hey, whoever you think I am, you got the wrong guy.
You were always the wrong guy.
So Cassandra Nova is a formidable psychic powerhouse, and she has her own universe-ending plans. Why do all the bad guys gotta end the universe? We have Kang, we have Thanos, we have Cassandra. There must be a bar where they all hang out. Seriously.
What Gambit's trying to say is getting Juggernaut's helmet ain't gonna be easy. I'm just making stuff up at this. Yeah, tilt up to Blade.
She learns about Paradox's Time Ripper and intends to use it to destroy all timelines, leaving only the Void.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
She even summons an army of Deadpool variants to stop our heroes. We get some epic fight scenes here, with Deadpool and Wolverine finally fighting side by side. Even Peter from X-Force makes a heroic, comical return to help out. So the climax of the movie sees Deadpool and Wolverine fighting their way back to Earth 10005 to confront Cassandra and stop the Time Ripper. In a truly heroic move, they realized that one of them would have to sacrifice themselves to destroy the machine by disrupting its power flow. But this is Deadpool and Wolverine we're talking about, and they decide to do it together, sharing the burden and miraculously surviving while obliterating Cassandra Nova in the process. With Cassandra defeated and the Time Ripper destroyed, Paradox, he's arrested by the TVA's Hunter B15. She congratulates Wade and Logan, confirming their actions have saved Earth 10005 from deterioration.
And you look damn good in that suit.
I'm so sorry.
Wade, ever the softy deep down, asks if they can save the resistance group from the Void and maybe tweak Logan's tragic past. But Hunter B15 says changing Logan's history isn't possible. It made him the hero who he is. But she does allow this Wolverine variant to stay in Wade's world. Interesting, a little nerdy MCU thing. So does the TVA have the power to prevent an incursion? Something to think about, nerds. Something to think about.
Nerds! Nerds! Nerds!
Deadpool gets to keep his universe, he gets to keep a Wolverine, and Deadpool himself says,
sometimes the people we save, they save us right back.
That's basically the gist of the movie. What a ride. From all the fourth wall breaks to the emotional beats, and of course, the insane action. This film definitely gave the MCU a much needed jolt of R-rated energy. Did it live up to your expectation? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more recaps and reviews. We're also going to take a deep dive into the most multiversal soundtrack that is the Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack. That's it. Thanks for checking out the School of Pop. Class dismissed.
Gotcha, fuckface.